Well, I'm back. We're gonna try this again. I don't know what happened with the sound. Y'all let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Technology is frustrating. You know what I'm saying? Cause you be over here, doing your thing. You can hear me. Yay. Okay, so let's start all over. Not exactly from where we started from before, we gonna get the momentum going in a different place. Let's just get into the things. It's Black History Month. um what did the people say? Black history started on January 1st and ran through December 31st. So yeah, Black History Month. I feel like I try to add a little, something something every time I'm here. So yeah, we don't need to start, but we're gonna celebrate. What's going on out here in these streets? Um, this guy, I'm sure you remember, former Illinois deputy, has been sentenced to 20 years in prison for unaliving Sonia Massey on a Black woman 911 call. We remember that. That was at the top of I feel like it's been about 2 years now. So yeah, we're glad that's out of the way. I wasn't sure. I thought he was gonna pay for that at all. So yeah, you back on? I'm back on. That was weird. That was weird, but y'all still here. I appreciate that. Ooh, what else we got going on out here? This, this is a me thing. So I'm gonna let you hear what this man is.
I walked in last night to a room to chat with her, and she's in there doing her own nails. I'm really struggling to be candid. Why this even needs to be licensed? A 15-year-old girl can do this. She's never had a chemical burn. She changes her hairstyle all the time. She changes her nails all the time. She does facials frequently. But we're telling people that you have to have right now 1,600 hours in order to do this. A bad haircut can be fixed in 2 weeks, and a bad set of nails can be fixed in a month. I mean, so I'm struggling with what is the necessity of even having 1,000 hours. Can you help me understand how the world's going to end because we were told these exact same arguments when we lowered it from 2,000 to 1,600.
If you went to Sally's and you bought bleach and 40 volume lightener and you let your daughter wreak havoc on your wife, I would be very scared to see what the end result would be, because she would have no knowledge of what to do or how to handle it.
You've got colors and you got facials that you get under this license. All of those my 15-year-old teenage daughter does at home.
Correct.
I walked in last night to a room to chat with her, and she's in there doing her own nails. I'm really struggling to be.
I'm really struggling too. Since I spent, my 30 years of my life, in this career, I want to know, like this lady said, what exactly is his daughter going to do when she injures somebody permanently over there doing facials and without education, or, putting bleach in somebody's hair. And he's over here with this wrong information, you know, 2 weeks to fix a haircut. Really? Maybe your hair, because you don't have much. But I'm just saying, there's rules and regulations put into place for, not because you know how to style hair. That's all fun and good, but the rules and regulations are put into place, like, to make sure that people don't get hurt, make sure that the person behind the chair is qualified to do the things that they're, supposed to do. And that's, education. So, it's very insulting for people to take what we do as just styling hair. It's, that's the point. I get it, but there's a lot of science behind chemicals and things. So, let your daughter do her thing, but this is them trying to get rid of licensing for another, another professional. To stay updated with licensing school, this is coming in many states. School funding is absolutely being threatened nationally. As an industry, we cannot sit on this. We cannot. We need to begin to discuss what steps should be taken to secure licensing and funding before it's too late. Thank you at Kelsey Beautification or Beautiful Reaction for using your voice and shutting down Rep. Brent Crane of Idaho. This was in Idaho, but I don't think this is just an Idaho thing. With his lack of understanding, his ignorance on the subject matter discredited his entire point. Maybe he needs to go watch for a few corrective color classes at BTC University. What a great response to the end. I agree. Thankfully, she was there to the stupidity of it all. Sanitation and and education. But this is the beauty industry, and it's another, and honestly, they take light on it just because it's just hair, or it's just beauty. Whew, everybody back. May he get what he gave. I would agree with that. I think you're talking about Oshan over there. Yeah, nurses, we don't need that. It's an industry, that's probably got a lot of women in relation to, men, in ratio to men. But anything, that are allowing us to get licensing for things. And then, that affects me in terms of, my retirement plans and, how the education system will work if people are over here not having any, oops, I clicked the whole thing out. Not having any education or, and in the skin industry, stop it. Put some stuff on somebody's face, his daughter, because that's a whole nother situation over there with aesthetics. Oh, there we go. I'm all thrown off now. I had to rearrange my schedule. Now I'm just winging it, but we're going to talk about the things. They're here for us to discuss. Oh, we could talk about this right quick. Remember when the grand wizard in charge said he was going to build a wall, you know what I'm saying, to keep the bad people out? Well, it says Mexicans are unaliving whites is what the title would have been if two pow toting immigrants were not given incentives upwards of $60,000 in one of America's worst cases of red rum for hire. Nazi Latino style? That's wild. The two federal immigration agents who pow and unalived Minneapolis protester Alex Pretty are identified in government records as Border Patrol agents Jesus Ochoa and Customs and Border Protection Officer Raimundo Gutierrez. The records viewed by the ProPublica list Ochoa 43 and Gutierrez 35 as the powers during the deadly encounter last weekend that left Pretty unalived and ignited massive protests and calls for criminal investigation. So, yeah, I mean, does that surprise you? I mean, where are the superheroes? This is why I keep saying this, because I would like to know, where is Magneto? Where is Doctor Strange? Where are they? If we can have Robot Man, for goodness sake, can the mutants stand up? That's wild. Whew. I hate sometimes like just coming to see. It's a scary place. Just to see like, what's didn't happen now, child. I don't want it. Let's get this out the way. This clown. So Nicki Minaj was over here at the White House, and I'm going to just go ahead and summarize what had happened over there. I feel like, there's this big old party. I've seen 50 Cent over there. There's a lot of, we know Amber Rose and Nicki and Amber, I guess, new best friends or, clout chasing each other for whatever they got going on over there. Y'all will align yourself. I feel like behind every human trafficker, is an evil ass woman, over here trying to help them along with their cause. Because you got Nicki over there and Amber over there shouting for joy for this clown. Well, she came on her social media platform, Residency. The COPE is coping, finalizing the citizenship paperwork as we speak, as per my wonderful, gracious, and charming president. Thanks to the petition, I wouldn't have done it without you. Oh, Citizen Nika, you are the moment. Is she talking to herself? Huh, poor thing. Gold trump card, free of charge. That's what she said. And the people said, not so fast, Nicki Minaj. They said it was a memento. They said it was no way have anything to do with her citizenship. According to a White House official, Nicki Minaj only received a physical gold-colored card bearing Trump's face. The official described the gift saying, the gold card was simply a memento rather than a visa document. The card was little to no value to Minaj, who already seems to have legal status as her citizenship is pending. The Gold Trump card was launched for wealthy individuals, corporations wow, they're saying it out loud. The gold card was launched for wealthy individual corporations seeking easier U.S. residency citizenship via significant investments of $1 million plus for individuals. So, I guess fast track for $1 million. And after you spend that $1 million, is it going to matter? Oh. However, Nicki previously stated on X, finalizing that citizenship paperwork as we speak. So, I guess there was a misunderstanding. And I guess maybe if you want to be fast track lady, you're going to have to go ahead and have to pay that $1 million. Disney fired the superheroes for speaking out, and that is wild to me. That is so wild. Just because Disney fired them, I want them to exist in real life. This is beyond Disney. So at least some of them, Credible Hulk, is speaking out. So, it was a lot of speaking out this weekend. Down to the Grammys, got the man mad. Is he just going to try to sue everyone and arrest everyone that says something he doesn't like? I thought this was an interesting breakdown of Minnesota and what's going on over there.
For a reason. And they ain't there because there ain't no damn border up there. They're there because Minnesota hasn't gone red since 1972. Yeah, you heard me. When you can't win a state at the ballot box, you flood it with your ICE and your federal forces. You call it reinforcement or enforcement. And that's over 5 freaking decades of data. Every freaking election, every cycle since 1972. While Republicans swept the country with Nixon, with Reagan, both of the damn Bushes, even Trump, Minnesota has held the line, and no other state in America can say they've done that. Not California, not New York, not Massachusetts, none. Minnesota is the only lone state with the longest uninterrupted Democratic presidential voting streak in U.S. history. So When people claim the state was recently captured, that's bullshit. Or suddenly it's radical, that's bullshit. They're misinformed, that's propaganda. They're rewriting history, they're trying to rewrite history. This isn't a shift, this is continuity. And facts don't care about that continuity bullshit in your narratives. They are there because that state has the longest Democratic blue in U.S. history. Truth has no party, y'all be well. So in case...
Truth has no party, y'all be well. I like that. So yeah, I did not know that. I wonder if the people of Minnesota, like, they stand the ground, but it's quite the fight. I don't know. I'm very more than uncomfortable. I guess I'm very afraid, might as well say, about what's going to happen when it's time to go down to the polls. You know, you definitely have to look at it different than just, you know, we just been sashaying down there saying, this is what we're going to do. Stand strong, Minnesota. Anyway, these HOAs be out here doing the most. It's so annoying. So, a Tennessee family was threatened with heavy fines by their HOA to remove the generator that was heating their house during below freezing temperatures when their power went out. The nerve. A Tennessee family threatened with HOA fines for using a generator during a deadly winter outage. A Nashville, Tennessee family was threatened with fines by their homeowners association after using portable generator to heat their homes during a dangerous winter outage, a move that sparks widespread public outrage. Did it? I mean, I guess we over here talking about it. Power outage and life-saving measures. I'm so confused, but not really. In late January, during a winter storm, Fern, heavy ice and freezing temperatures knocked out electricity for tens of thousands of residents across the Nashville area. Temperatures dipped well below freezing, leaving homes without heat or power for several days. Talia Caravallo and her family, residents of Southview on second townhome, dang, they giving all the breakdown. Second townhome community purchased a $1,500 portable generator and ran extension cords and space heaters inside their home to stay warm after their electricity went out. Caravallo told local media that without the generator, inside temperatures had dropped into the 30s, making the house nearly unlivable. Ooh, I can't imagine. HOA pushback and fines and threats. Shortly after setting up the generator on their porch, the family received an email. Dang, they was out there, what? Making sure that they have the generator watchers on patrol? Shortly after setting up a generator on their porch, the family received an email from their HOA's management firm, Metropolitan Properties, ordering the generator's removal. The letter cited concerns that the generator was a fire hazard, and the community aesthetic standards. Aesthetic? Violated the community aesthetic standards. They be bugging with that. Even threatening fines if the device was not taken down immediately. How they had to be watching. That's wild. Local reporting indicates that letter emphasized maintaining the neighborhood's appearance and suggested that all exterior items must be approved. They be killing me with that. Must be approved under the HOA. This could be considered emergency circumstances. I'm sorry, that's why you buy the generator, in case you have an emergency. Caravallo expressed frustration and disbelief at the HOA's priorities, asking why aesthetics concern would matter while families struggle to keep warm. Why do they care so much when people are just trying to stay warm and survive, she said. That's wild. Can you imagine? Not because because I was like, well, Is it like going to drain the sources of electricity? What are they talking about? You said it'll stay blue after this nonsense. Yeah. I mean, hopefully. Maybe it just shouldn't be no blue and no red. Maybe we just let's go purple. Let's go purple and figure out how to, manage. Um, yeah, like I was thinking that the generator was gonna drain the sources of electricity and endanger others, you know what I mean? But that's why you get a generator. So, that's why we have them down here during hurricane season. You know what I'm saying? You turn that thing on to get your air conditioner, not even just your refrigerator, just the small things. The toilet is still flushing, and that's wild. I hope they do away with HOAs and they do use the aesthetics as an excuse, and how they would have to have somebody out patrolling to see if anybody has generators. That's not even a part of the aesthetic. That's in case of an emergency. What kind of a violation code is that? Just get rid of them. Homeowners associations suck. So, yeah, what else was going on over here on the timeline? So the Grammys happened. And some of these people were speaking. We'll start with Billy.
I can't believe this. Everyone else in this category are so amazing. I love you so much. I feel so honored every time I get to be in this room. And as grateful as I feel, I honestly don't feel like I need to say anything, but that no one is illegal on stolen land. And yeah, it's just really hard to know what to say and what to do right now. And I feel really hopeful in this room, and I feel like we just need to keep fighting and speaking up and protesting, and our voices really do matter, and the people matter, and guys is all I want to say. Sorry. Thank you so much.
So the little girl ain't scared to speak up. She came over there and said what people wanted to hear. She should be, I guess, considered a superhero. Not everybody is feeling the same way. Not Jelly Roll. He doesn't share the same sentiment.
To hear my opinion, man. I'm a dumb redneck. I haven't watched enough. I didn't have a phone for 18 months. I've had one for 4 months and don't have social media. I hate to be the artist that's that aloof, but I've become so disconnected from what's happening. And I'm just not I grew up in a house of insane pandemonium, and I didn't even know politics were fucking real until I was in my mid-20s in jail. That's how disconnected. When you grow up in a drug addict household, you think we have common calls about what's happening in world politics? We're just trying to find a way to survive, man, And I have a lot to say about it, and I'm going to in the next week, and everybody's going to hear exactly what I have to say about it in the most loud and clear way I've ever spoken in my life. So I look forward to it. Thank you for bringing it up. I can tell you that people shouldn't care to hear my opinion, man.
He gonna speak about it later. Is that what he just said? Look, I'm going to talk about it, but not right now. Because why? I feel like that's what these platforms are for. I don't know. I feel like I've heard Jelly Roll at some point, but I won't be looking for his ass, And I'm guessing he's using the way he was raised as a reason. How old is he? I feel like you're not gonna use you grew up, by a drug addict. Clearly you have surpassed that. You are Jelly Roll. You've been exposed to things. So how you grew up, I don't even have a TV, I don't even have cable. Jelly Roll, come on. What is his music about? I'm gonna have to look to see, like, what do he be over here singing about? Ciao. Trevor Noah was the host. I did not watch the Grammys, and I figure tomorrow I will, talk about the looks, but I haven't looked at the looks. I've just heard what they was over there doing. So Trevor Noah, piss off the old boy with his monologue. So now he wants to sue him. Where is he at? Here we go.
She is not here. She is still at the White House with Donald Trump discussing very important issues. Actually, Nikki, I have the biggest ass. I have it. Everybody's saying it, Nikki. I know they say it's you, but it's me. Wop, wop, wop. Look at it. Look at it, baby. Jennifer, Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here.
Nicki Minaj not there. She's still hanging out with her homeboy. That's what he said. He apparently says something about the Epstein files too, because now this dude is mad. Trump slams the Grammys and threatens to sue Trevor Noah over Epstein Island remark. It looks like I'll be sending my lawyers to sue this poor, pathetic, talentless dope of an MC. He said all that, and suing him for plenty. Get ready, Noah. I'm going to have some fun with you. He's mad. I feel like when he says this stuff, though, like, he's not even kidding. He has nothing to do. He had Don Lemon and all those other reporters arrested for no reason because, he didn't like what they had to say. So Trevor, be looking for the papers from Donald, because he's suing everybody. Ugh, he is such a clown. It's so sad. It's sad that this is, he a clown. He's a dangerous clown. He's not like the clown at the circus. He's that one like from American Horror Stories with the teeth. To be standing outside people's houses. He's that kind of clown. Let's get into something more entertaining. Lighten it up a little bit. I don't know how y'all are going to feel about this. Oh, wait, before I do that, we can't leave the Grammys without,
Before I say thanks to God, I'm going to say eyes out. We're not savage, we're not animals, we're not aliens, we are humans and we are Americans. Also, I want to say to the people, I know it's tough to know, not to hate on these days. And I was thinking, sometime we get contaminados. I don't know how to say that in English. The hate get more powerful with more hate. The only thing that is more powerful than hate is love. So, please, we need to be different. If we fight, we have to do it with love. if, yeah, we don't hate them. We love our people. We love our family. And that's the way to do it. With love. Don't forget that, please. Thank you. Thank you, God. And thank you to the Academy. Before.
So y'all understood that, right? Some people be having a problem with, I did not understand what he was saying. Yeah, I understood what he was saying. I could care less about the two teams that will be playing in the Super Bowl. Let me say that. I'm gonna pay attention for sure. But as far as like the teams, I don't have a care who wins. What I do know is Bad Bunny is performing, and probably so is Cardi B. So y'all can, y'all can do with that what you will. I'm gonna prepare to be entertained because I know that's what's about to happen. Yeah, so I'm convinced, Bad Bunny. Do your thing. So on to other news. Are y'all sad because Shani said there's not going to be any more Basketball Wives?
On here real quick before the news got out and people try to be messy and make this something that it's not. This is just called growth and, moving forward. I'm announcing, everybody, I wanted to jump on here real quick before the news that Basketball Wives will not be returning. Since its launch in 2010, this franchise has been the defining part of my professional journey. What began as a vision to tell my story and stories of women like me grew into a cultural movement that created opportunity, that Basketball Wives will not get opportunity, spark conversation, and honestly amplify voices that deserve to be heard. I'm so grateful to VH1, Truly Original, Shed Media, and BET for their partnership and belief in a show that left a long-lasting opportunity mark on entertainment. Most importantly, I'm thankful to the women who trusted me with their stories and the creatives in front of and behind the camera who helped bring this vision to life season after season. Growth requires evolution and knowing when to honor the mark on entertainment. Most chapter while preparing for what's next. While this journey is concluding, I'm actively developing new projects that align with my personal and professional purpose, continuing to create meaningful opportunities for women across media and business. That chapter while preparing for what's next. While this journey is concluding, will always be a cherished part of my legacy and a foundation of my career as a producer. Thank you for your support from day one, and I look forward to this next season of leadership, creativity, and expansion, and sharing will always be with you.
I mean, well, it was like she was talking about something I've never seen before. It was like this show that took place in, all of these things that, it brought to society and, building. And it was a speech. Who asked for this? Did y'all need Shani to come make an announcement about Basketball Wives not being on anymore? She's married to a preacher now. She was dressed in her, I'm my preacher's wife. Shani asked, what's his name? Jamal said y'all can walk around, with your nude illusion. So you don't have to come over here with your glasses and your ponytail dressed all conservatively, telling us how Basketball Wives is over. We've been new. The last season of Basketball Wives had, what's her name? Jackie Christie and her daughter putting hands on each other. So, I mean, thanks for sharing, I guess, Shani O'Neal. Or yeah, I haven't watched Basketball Wives in a long time. That information I had was over here on YouTube. I didn't have to go watch it to find out what they were doing. But I mean, for those of you that are, have moved on to Baddies on Zeus, or whatever y'all be watching up there. Anything else? I think that's it. Oh, Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar beat or tied Jay-Z's record at the Grammys. So that's a lot. I don't care about like it's that 25. Jay-Z had a lot of Grammys and now Kendrick has equally or possibly more. So congratulations to Kendrick. We love to hear that, you know. Oh, okay. So I'll end on this note. Bernice King, the daughter of Martin Luther King Jr., makes history by opening Utah's first ever Black-owned bank. Drop a image is your, what is it? Image you won't see on TV. Hashtag. I mean, okay. Dr. Bernice King helped open Redemption Bank in Utah's first Black-owned bank and first in Western U.S., aiming to address economic disparities through small business and commercial lending. Her work continues her father's legacy of economic justice, creating new opportunities, inspiring communities. I think this is important, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to wanting small business loans and things of that nature. I feel like, hell, we take our money over to, you know, Wells Fargo and Chase Bank and all these other, you know, Bank of America, and they be stealing your money and doing things with it and charging you fees and all of that shit. So I feel like it's important. I don't know Utah, but, you know, she saw a need over there and she took it over there. So all I can say about that is when you're considering business ventures, thankfully, you know, right now, at least we have Black-owned banks that, you know, may be a source for us, you know, to build on. So, yeah, that's it, y'all. I'm sorry about this morning. I don't know what the heck happened, but, you know, the internet guys didn't want me to be great, but we stayed over here, and, you know, it's time for y'all to get to work and time for me to get to work too. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully with all the good sound and things that I need, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow at 10. Bye, y'all.